we go. All right, perfect. I can never figure out how to go live on here. I don't know. It is like, yeah. All right. Oh my gosh, I am officially live, and I'm watching myself on my laptop over here. So, if you're watching this on the replay, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are live with me, welcome. Okay, I see the notifications are going down now. That is so cool. Anyway, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Shamanda. My channel is all about mental health, personal finance, and overall strategies to live your best life. So it is Saturday, y'all, and I wasn't going to go live, but I was like, you know what? I owe my subscribers a live because I told you guys that I was going to let's see, always a mood. Hey, welcome, welcome. I told you guys I was gonna go live once I hit 3,000, and I did not do that. So I'm like, let me keep my word. If I'm looking over here again, this is my laptop, and I just have my notes over here just so that I can stay on track with what I want to share in this video. So as you can tell from the title, this video is all about just celebrating the 3,000 watch time milestone, but also the fact that this channel just hit phase 1 monetization, which essentially means that you guys can give super chats. I could, if I had a store like on Shopify or Wix or any type of online digital store, digital products, I could link it here so people could, or my community could purchase those. And then also memberships. And I think I did a post once asking if you guys were interested in something like that. And if I did a membership, it would be something that would allow you guys to have more inside information or insight into my personal budget, like my real budget, like my numbers, like how much my salary is, all of that private, deep private stuff. Like I don't mind sharing my numbers for the most part, but I've never shared that type of stuff. And it also would be, me helping others with their budgets and things of that sort. So I'm still considering that. It's not something I'm doing right now, but if you're interested in that, just let me know and I'll see what the interest is. Um, so I did want to start out by sharing that my current watch time hours. So currently this channel is at 3,295.5 watch time hours. And if you know anything about YouTube monetization, with the first phase, which I'm in now, you have to hit, I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers, obviously. And then you also have to reach, I think, 3,000 watch time hours. Is that right? I think. Yeah, 3,000 watch time hours. And then once you hit that, I feel like that's right. Let me double check. I feel like I'm off with that somehow. I think it is, yeah, 3,000 watch time hours. Once you hit that, you're at phase, I think I have 13 people in here. Hey, y'all. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm shy. I know nobody don't believe me. Nobody believes me, but I'm an introvert and I'm very shy. But hello and welcome. Yeah. Anyway, so you have to have 3,000 watch time hours and you have 1,000 subscribers to reach the first phase. And again, this lets you be able to have super chats. So I do have a goal, y'all, just because I want to try it out. I didn't even know you could do this until I set my live. But I do want to reach 5 super chats. So if you guys, I don't know how much they cost. Honestly, I don't. But 5 super chats in this live. So if you feel compelled, if you're interested, if you want to, just be nice. If I can hit 5, that'll be like the goal for this channel. And it helps the channel obviously obviously it's monetized in that way. So it helps with that. And also it helps the channel grow. And also, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. I'm not a big person on like subscribers. I'm more about watch time hours, things like that. I'd rather people just watch the videos. If I had just like a good solid 1,000 subscribers, I'm okay with that. I'm not really trying to be famous or anything like that. I just want to get my content out. I want people to really focus on personal finance and things of that sort. So, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But and then also if you are in this live, just comment below, say hey, Dr. Shamanda, hey Shamanda, whatever. Just so I know you're here. Even if you're watching this on the replay, just say hello, and things of that sort. All right, so let's get right into it. I think we're about 7 minutes into the live. All right, so the main topic of this is I wanted you guys to, I want to share 5 reasons that how YouTube changed my life, and it really has. So, but before that, I want to share how I got on YouTube in the first place. I don't even remember, to be honest, y'all. I think I just started recording myself. Um, I know I have videos back when I was like and living in Atlanta, and just I don't know. I have so many videos from way back, and I think honestly, if I'm not, I know it for sure it was about documenting the journey, which in so many ways that's still the case. I'm all about documenting the journey. I never want anybody to say, "Oh, this person gave this to you," or "You got here because of this X, Y, and Z." Cold sweat. Hey, welcome to my live. I never want that. I want people to be able to see the journey. Um, whether that was me parenting as a single mom, or whether that was me getting my PhD, you can see that. Purchasing my first home, which at the end of this month will be 2 years I've been. Give me a shout out. Cold Sweat. Hi, Cold Sweat. There you go. Hi. And then Humble Yourself. I see that. What movie you play on? I don't play on any movies. I'm not an actress. I'm actually an executive producer though. I do produce movies, or I produce a movie. My movie is playing on. You can actually purchase it on YouTube in the movies category. And then also you can watch it. It's on Tubi. You can watch it free there. And I prefer you guys to watch it on Tubi. Baby Mutt this second. Hello, welcome to my live. But yeah, if you watch it on Tubi for free, it just we get paid off of the ad revenue. I do own that movie completely scot free. I paid out of pocket for that film, and so if you every time you watch that video, it just helps me make more movies. I do want to get back to that. That is the goal. That is like a huge goal for me. But I learned from making that film to never. I don't want to say never, but like you don't really want to use your personal money. That's all I'm gonna say. Because yeah, it takes time making that money back, and then yeah, and movies, unless you have some like A-list actress and like some real good marketing, like it's really hard. So you got to really be ready to get rid of that money. Honestly, one more, please. Hi, is it Cold Sweat? Hi, hey. All right. So, I started, like I said, I started this channel to document my journey, right? And um, specifically right now, I'm on this journey towards building generational wealth, financial freedom, and time freedom. And so, I really want to be able to document this journey of reaching these financial milestones and things of that sort, paying off my student loans, paying off my mortgage. Um, you know, my savings goals, my investment goals, things like that. And I just honestly to be something I can look back at, my kids can look back at it, my grandkids in the future, no time soon, hopefully, please for it. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. And then also other people in the community can see it too. Like if you're on the same type of journey, you can also be motivated by it. So but yeah, also again just a reminder, if you are in this, say hey. um Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed, and all that good stuff. All right, so if you are a YouTuber, comment in the comments. I want to know if you're a YouTuber, if you're a small YouTuber, if you're just starting your channel, if you're interested in starting a channel, you haven't started it yet. Comment below, let me know. All right, so let's see. The 5 reasons that YouTube changed my life. Okay, so the first one is, let's just be for real, financial opportunity. Now, I'm not monetized yet. I have the super chat things, but I'm not monetized yet. I was monetized years ago, y'all. So I don't know if I told y'all that. I think I mentioned it before. I was monetized some years ago, but I didn't know about YouTube like that. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know about analytics. I didn't know all of that good stuff. So I do remember getting a paycheck. Like it was a small check. It was like $100 or something like that. But with you can do anything. Hey, too. Thank you. I actually used to model, so Anyway, but yeah. So I started out. I was monetized some years ago, but then I actually left YouTube because I was moving around and stuff, and so I stopped posting. And if you don't keep up your watch time hours on YouTube, then they'll demonetize your channel essentially. Like you can't just build up this channel and then like just disappear. Like you got to be consistent. You got to stay on here. So even people who think about like, oh, I want to do YouTube and I want to like it'll be like my full time, you know, full time income, things like that. Like you still got to treat it like a job, like a company, like a business. Like my YouTube channel is under my business. It's under Lulu B Productions. It's not under my name. And honestly, that's a way for me to keep this stay focused on the fact like this is a business. This is it's going to be a revenue stream, right? Things like that. So it's a financial opportunity. Now I told you guys that my intentions for YouTube is I want to use it to pay off my student loans. Now, my student loans actually kick in. My first payment is in November, I think. And if you guys don't know, I have a PhD. So I have my bachelor's degree, master's degree, and PhD. And so now they're all going to be due in November, finally. For the first time, I have to pay them, like fully pay them. And I'm not one of these people out here who are like, oh my God, student loans, you shouldn't have to pay them back. I don't really believe that. I believe that like it's a loan. Like I knew I was taking this money out and I knew I was gonna have to pay it back. And I'm not sad about that, nothing. But I do want to create a streaming income to pay that off. And in return for that, right, it's me offering value, helping people, inspiring them, motivating them to stay on their personal finance journey, encouraging them, holding them accountable. So it's like a give, a trade off. Because I mean, technically, I could go get a certification in like finance, like be a financial advisor, or I'm thinking about this though, becoming a financial therapist. So getting a certification in that, and I could charge like some of the same stuff I'm teaching you guys or sharing, the tips that I give you in my videos, people would charge for that stuff. Like it's kind of like coaching. I could do it one on one. I could do a group, whatever. Like there's like Dave Ramsey has his educational thing. It's called um oh god, Financial Peace. That's what it is. Financial Peace University. I could create something like that, right? I am a licensed therapist. I have a PhD. So technically, and I'm a former professor, I could do that. I could create something like that and charge. But instead I'm like, you know what, let me use YouTube as a platform, share that content for free. And because I have a lot of videos, I'm just teaching you guys strategies, things that I personally use. And then in return, if you guys watch the videos, I'll get compensated by Google AdSense. So it's a trade off. And then I'm going to use that money to pay off my student loans. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. That's the plan. All right. The second way that YouTube has changed my life is through community and support. Now, I'm going to be honest. So the reason I got back on YouTube was and start talking about personal finances because I realized like out of all the people I'm around and was around, I'm the only one who's like borderline obsessed with money and finance. So I was like, you know, I need a community. I need a community of people that I can talk to about money and finance and stuff, and it doesn't feel weird and awkward. Because I noticed that like I'm on track to hit these goals, but like I didn't really feel comfortable constantly sharing it to people that weren't really focused on that because they're looking at me like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And I just was like, I could let me be more strategic with this. I could literally document this, share this, post this to people who actually want to see this and who actually are excited about this and doing the same thing. Or maybe they're not doing it yet and they just need motivation, and I can actually get paid for it. Like that to me, that's more strategic. It makes more sense instead of like sending screenshots to people like, "Hey, I just hit my goal today or this month." And they're just like, "Oh, that's great." And you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So having a community and support is like amazing and so important. And if you notice, a lot of people now on social media are building up these communities, right? These memberships. Essentially, that's what it is, right? I'm not interested in like the paid versions of those. I don't want to do that, like for myself. But I get why it's important. And like I said, if I did start a membership, it would be more so that I could be more transparent with my numbers. I don't really feel comfortable doing that completely on here. Not yet. Maybe it changed. I don't know. But anyway, having a community and support. So the third one is accountability. It kind of goes along with the second one. But I'm gonna be honest, y'all. There are times when I'm just like over my budget or something for whatever reason. I mean, I'm not really out here shopping in that, but like cost of living probably. You know what I'm saying? Just cost of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I could technically like take a loan out of my 401k, or I could do this, or I could not do this month. or this paycheck, or I could just, spend this. But because I know I got to come on here and show y'all my numbers, I don't do it. So honestly, y'all be saving me. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like y'all be saving me because I don't even like. I don't want to be embarrassed. Like it really don't matter, right? Technically, but I would feel embarrassed of myself, like that you couldn't sacrifice that. You couldn't overcome that moment. You couldn't figure out another way to pay for that thing. You mean to tell me you couldn't pull out of your 401? Like I just that's how I challenge myself mentally. Like, that's how I think mentally. So you guys are my accountability people. Like the whole thing of me reaching $50,000 by the end of this month or this year, excuse me. Total invested. I don't have to do that, but because I put that out there, I increased my contribution rate for my paychecks. I've done all the things to set that so I can reach those goals. But the main point of it is that I told y'all that I was going to do it, right? So nobody's going to hold me accountable other than myself. But if I share it with the world, if I share it publicly, and that's a psychological thing too. It's like literally psychology that if you share something, you're more open to reaching that goal. And the other one, though, the big one is my car loan. So I don't know if y'all remember, if you watch my channel, you know probably that I'm paying my car off in like 3 weeks. Y'all, my car started off at like over $17,000 total remaining balance in January. And I literally have $3,500 left on that. So in 8 months, essentially, I would have paid off over $17,000. Listen, if I didn't share it with y'all, that wouldn't have happened. I'm just gonna be honest, because there are a couple months in this year that I was just like, I need to keep this. I need to go do this. I want to do this. Like, yeah. But I didn't. I did it because I knew I was gonna have to come to y'all. To be honest, this month right here, I'm just like, I don't know. I could kind of split this into like 2 months. I could do half of that this month, August, and then just pay it off in September. But there's something about the fact that I've shared this with you guys, and that honestly, I know that there are people with harder goals. And if I can do this, then it just kind of shows and proves that you guys can do whatever the goal it is that you have. So for me, it's like, it's just accountability. But it is challenging because I don't want y'all to be thinking, especially you guys who watch my videos, my budget videos, that it's just easy and I'm just coming on like, hey guys, Dr. Shamanda, I'm paying a bill this month, or I paid this off. Like it's not easy because there's so many other things that I want to do. I want to go get me another car. Right, literally, y'all. Like once I pay this car, I want to go get me another SUV. I want to get me a Mercedes SUV because I want to sit up high. I am 5'1", and my sedan is cute. You know what I'm saying? But I want to sit up high again. Like you know what I'm saying? But I can't do that because I have other goals. And again, I would have to share my numbers with y'all. And if you're smart and you're listening, you're gonna know that like something ain't adding up. And I'm not a liar, so there's that. All right, the fourth way that YouTube has changed my life is that it's a creative outlet. So it's an opportunity for me to share my ideas, my strategies, my lessons that I learned. Again, I'm always honest with y'all, tell y'all like the real deal. And also just a way to inspire people, you know, specifically around money and personal finance. And I ain't listen, y'all. I'm big on visualization. That is a huge thing for me. I teach this to my patients as well, especially to my kids, the children I work with, like the teenagers and stuff. I tell them, even if you're in a tough situation and like maybe you get ready to go off to college, whatever, right? Visualize yourself where you like as the 20-something-year-old. Like, who do you want that person to be? How can what you're doing right now get you closer to that? And one thing I do for myself is I visualize myself as a millionaire. And I always say millionaire, but ultimately I know it's multimillionaire. And I visualize the person that is in my early mid 40s, my children are adults and they are off in the world living their life, excited about what they're called to do in this world. And I'm just at peace, y'all. I'm not doing anything I don't want to do just because I need to make some money. I am traveling. I am, like volunteering and giving back when I see, fundraisers and stuff. I'm just anonymously giving money to those campaigns and stuff. Like it's just a version of myself that I see. And I'm so motivated by that version. I'm just so motivated, and that's not too far off. Like, I mean, I'm 36, y'all, just so you know, and I don't mind sharing my age. I'm 36, and I'll be 37 in like 3 months, God willing. So I'm still, you know what I'm saying? I still think I'm young, you know what I'm saying? But I just know the 40-year-old version of Dr. Shamanda, baby. Listen, I'm jumping out my SUV and my nice heels on, and yeah. You know what I'm saying? A millionaire, you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. I'm just gonna say, but guess what? Anytime somebody try to play with me or say anything about me, I'm gonna be like, go back and watch my YouTube channels, baby, because I started from the bottom. Okay, nobody gave me this. I worked hard for this. It was just by God's grace and favor and my own willingness to submit to that, to be disciplined, to be consistent. This didn't just come out of nowhere. So that's, I like I said, I use visualization. But the whole point of that, though, creative outlet, is I get to share this with y'all. I get to be creative. I get to either sit in my car and do a little talk, little chit chat talk update, or sit here in my living room and talk to you guys about my budget. And then also, honestly, because I'm not making films right now, because being financially smart and wise, this is a way for me to still create content, right? Um, as I work back toward, producing more films. And I thought about it. Once my channel is fully monetized, I may create some or produce some short films and put them on this channel. So they'll be free. All you gotta do is just watch them, but it'll be like paid under AdSense, if that makes sense. So I thought about it, and I'm still considering that. It may happen in the future. So okay, the last reason that YouTube has changed my life is that the impact on others. And I kind of talked about that already, but honestly, just being able to motivate other people. And I get some of y'all leave me some comments, and I'm just like so amazed and so inspired by them. And they just make me feel so good. Like, honestly, because sometimes I want to give up. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I'm just like, man, because I'm kind of putting my life on hold just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to think about this for a minute sometime. Like, you could really be at the beach right now. You could really be out of the country right now. You know what I'm saying? You could really be, yeah, you really could. But I just know that like this is gonna pay off. My sacrifice, my investment of time, it's gonna pay off. And when I see the comments from you guys and you're saying like, oh, this motivated me, or thank you, or I can relate, or this is where I'm at, or if you share your numbers with me, I'm like, man, like, what if me sharing my video that day helped them just push another day, right? Go and sacrifice just another day and get closer to their goal, right? What if I'm the catalyst that helps people reach their goals? And obviously, I know, like in my work as a profession, my professional work, y'all know what I mean. As a therapist, I do this every day. Like that, I have an impact on people. Like literally, like it can be life or death because I'm a licensed therapist. I've been doing this for over 15 years, and I know the reality of it, of who I am and how I show up in my work, and the impact I can have on somebody's lives, whether it's my patient or their families or school, whatever, right? But here, it hits a little different. It's just a different space. It's just like if you get your money right, you really have the opportunity to really affect your whole, like a whole nother generation, like your whole legacy, your children and your grandchildren and your great grandchildren, just by what you do. Like think about that. Like that is big. That is huge for me, I think. And I don't know if we think about that. Like it's not our money, right? If you think about it, we think like this is my money. I earned it. I'm working. I'm paying off my debt or whatever. Yes, right now in this moment, yes. But you doing this and you taking these steps, you're literally like clearing the path for your children though to not have to start off in a rough space. Like my kids, they're 17 and 18. I tell them you don't ever have. I kind of get like this y'all house because I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? But either I'm gonna get married and we're gonna upgrade and go to a different house and build an estate, or I'm gonna be my own estate. Either way. So you know what I'm saying. But this is yours. You don't ever have to like rush out and move out because I know, and I'm a black woman. Let's just be real. You hear the stories of black families, and when the kids turn 18, they're automatically pushed out. Oh, you got to move out. You 18. You grown now. I never wanted that for my kids. Now there's a part of me that be like, I can't wait to be an empty nester kind of vibe, but I have to like, I have to pull back from that time at times. I'm like, nah. At the end of the day, it's about what are you doing to make it easier for your children? Because I moved out at 18. I had a son. My son was 3 months, and I moved out And I mean, I was already pregnant too, by the way. Well, was I pregnant? I think a few months later I got pregnant or something. I don't know. I don't remember the timeline. But anyway, but at the end of the day, I was 18 and on my own. So I don't even know what it feels like to be 17, 18 and just a kid, not having to worry about bills, nothing. I don't know. I have no idea what that feels like. And so for me, that is a blessing. That is a gift that I get to give to my kids that they don't have to, you don't get to think about that kind of stuff. You focus on who do you want to be? What do you want your career to be? What do you want your life to look like? Where do you want to travel to? What do you want to study? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to go to school? Let me tell you this real quick too. I'm a professor, y'all. I'm all about education. I've taught university level. I have a PhD. I got the highest level of education you can get. All of that good stuff. But I do not force my kids to go to school. They do not have to go to college. In fact, if you can bypass that, please do, because we already see what's happening in the world, right? Again, I'm not talking about education. I'm talking down on it at all because it changed my life literally. But I don't think it's for everybody. I think that you should, if you can, find a trade or something else that you're good at that will be less costly. Do that. Take that path, like literally, because we see the people who go to college and you see how that's working out for them. It's not really. They still working these regular jobs. So let's be for real. So, but that's just me. It's just what it is. Um, Technology is going to make a lot of careers and jobs obsolete. Exactly. And it's happening already. And that's why I was like, I'm not forcing my kids to go to college. We're not about to take out $50,000 worth of debt just so you can get a paper that personally, y'all, and I maybe I need to do a video. I said I was going to do a video on management and stuff because I just left a management role. I interviewed people, I looked at their resumes and stuff. But sometimes we didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like it really didn't matter. I didn't care about what school you went. Like that stuff, we didn't talk about that stuff. It was like, do you have the certification that we needed in order to see the patients? That's it. It wasn't. We didn't care about the school. They really barely glanced at your resume. And I'm just being real. So that's the behind the scenes stuff of being in management and how a lot of these companies operate now. Can you do the job? And so again, if your kid can go to trade school and save money, and then if you can let them stay home, especially again, 17, 18, let them stay home, let them stack up and save up to be buy their first home. Or even if they don't want to buy a home, they could invest in a real estate property. They can live in the family home and rent that property out, use that money to save. And like there's so many ways we can do this differently. It's time to do this stuff differently. That's a whole nother conversation, y'all. Y'all not ready for that. Because I'm telling you, again, trial and error. I went through this and I've seen so many other people go through this. And then as a millennial, I've seen my generation go through this. And I'm like, we got to do something differently. We cannot keep pushing our kids to do the same thing. We know this didn't work out that well for us. I had to get my PhD in order to really make any decent money, even with 15 years of experience. And this is in the helping profession. Another thing, why do we keep going to these professions? It's time to go different route. Like anyway, I'm not gonna go into all that right now. But anyway, the whole thing is I just want to have it allows me to have an impact on others, right? To motivate people, to help them stay accountable, stay on track, things of that sort. So anyway, those are the 5 reasons or ways that YouTube has changed my life. And again, my channel is about a little over 700 watch time hours away from being fully monetized, where all my videos are, are able to add or to earn revenue from AdSense. Again, that is exciting for me because I can use that to pay off my student loans. That is the goal. And I can't wait to track that with you guys. I saw this one, like, her name is Asia Dane. And I think she was like the first YouTuber that I saw that was really into like personal finances and paying off debt, you know besides like Dave Ramsey and stuff like that, right? But I'm talking about like somebody that was like a millennial and that was like trying to pay off their student loans and stuff. I remember seeing her years ago, and she like literally tracked her journey towards paying off like 200 something $1,000 of student loans. And I remember when she first pulled up, like in the video, she put up her student loan account, and she saw the balance, and she was like crying, like she was so devastated. And I thought, one day I'm going to get there and I'm going to track my journey on YouTube as well. And she became this huge YouTuber off of that. And y'all, at the end of the day, and thank y'all so much for the compliments. Thank you. I used to model. But one thing I tell myself is that I wasn't going to use my looks or anything like that. Like I am a very intelligent woman. I'm country. I talk fast. Y'all might hear the country accent and all that. But like for the most part, I'm very intelligent and smart. And I'm like, there's other ways that I can earn money. especially on social media. I think that like sometimes if you're a pretty woman, it's automatically like, oh, you need to go model or you need to like be a social media influencer in the type that's like beauty or clothes or fitness. And I work out pretty, I'm pretty, what I'm saying? I mean, I gotta do some of my stomach. But anyway, I could do all of that. I could do any of that, right? Technically, I could be a hair model. There's so many things I could do, but I choose to use my mind. I choose to focus on finance. I choose to take a different route, right? And so that's something I'm really proud of because I could do something totally different. So I'm proud of that, and hopefully you guys are finding my videos valuable and they're helping you. And again, I'm just so grateful to have each and every one of you guys on this journey. Even y'all who call me out, y'all y'all hear it? No noise. No noise. I turned. We got this off the whole thing. A couple of y'all kept saying, um, you. Somebody said something about you got this money. Why don't you take $1, take some money and fix your battery thing? Y'all, when I tell you, I was low key a little upset, just a little bit. But y'all call me out, and I'm telling you, I fixed it. So you don't hear that no more, right? Yeah. But so you have that, and then you have people who maybe not agree with everything I say, which is fine because I'm not an expert. I don't ever say I'm an expert in finances, but I know it works for me. I was Section 8, government assistance, all that good stuff, and now I haven't been on any of those things in like 7 years or something. And I have tens of thousands of dollars invested. And by the end of next year, God willing, I have over $100,000 invested, right? Not counting savings and my home equity, all that good stuff. So I'm not an expert, but I feel like I'm doing something good. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was a high school dropout, teen mom. So to go from that to where I am now, I feel good about myself and what I'm doing in this life. So thank y'all again for letting me share this and being a part of this journey. I'm super grateful and I hope this channel continues to grow. And yeah, so if you haven't already, again, subscribe. I do have a goal. I want 5 super chats. I don't know if it lets you do it after the live or video, whatever. If you want, if you feel compelled, you know, do that. That'd be nice. I just want to see how that works. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much. And I'll see you guys when we cross over to full monetization. So 4,000 watch time hours, I will go live. So let's get this done as soon as possible. And then I'll see you then, and we're gonna celebrate. I might do a little dance or something. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. We're gonna see. All right, y'all. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much. See you later. All right, let me figure out how to turn this live off.